It's difficult to say exactly. I have intervened in things like that in the past, but I think each case is different, so it's something that you don't know how you respond until you see it.
What happened in the past that you intervened, that made you intervene?
There was a situation in the past. There was a guy hitting his girlfriend, and obviously that's something that straight away strikes you as an uneven balance. So,
yeah. And what was the result of that?
Well, they just stopped, and it was okay, but it was something where I didn't feel threatened. So it's
So they didn't turn you, because someone said to me earlier on when I was talking about it, they said, they're worried that the couple might turn and say, this is our problem, it's our domestic.
Yeah, and well, in that case, they didn't. He wasn't too happy, but that was okay.
Yeah, sure.
So I think it depends on the situation.
I'm still standing there and I heard from a distance Sarah and Mel, and I turned around and I saw these two lovely ladies, and I'm going to ask you the question what I've been asking a few people today. It's about intervention. It's about a situation, if you saw a situation where you think that, oh, it's not right, someone's not very happy, would you intervene? Would you?
Yeah, I guess I would. If they were being abused physically or something, then yeah, I would, because I wouldn't want to see that person being hurt or upset, and I want to try and protect them.
And wouldn't you worry about your own safety?
Don't really think about it straight away. I'm always getting told off. I should mind my own business and not get involved. But
have you guys ever done this in the past? Have you ever intervened in the past?
Yeah.
What happened there?
It was a man and a woman having an argument in the street, and he struck her, and I went over and just pulled him off, and
yeah, that's definitely not allowed, not actually physically,
Yeah, and and I got hold of the lady and said to her, right, come with me, keep away from him, let's go and get the police and get them involved.
And she actually went with you?
Yes, she did,
So she was quite happy that you kind of assisted at the same time?
Yeah, she said that she was quite pleased that somebody actually saw what he was doing to her, because she'd never had any proof at the before that.
Yeah. If the situation, if the table turned around and it happened to you, would you kind of hope that someone would intervene? Because a lot of people nowadays think it's not their business and they kind of want to walk on by. So if it happened to you, would you kind of want someone to actually step in?
Yes, of course, yeah. It has a long time ago and nobody did. It was broad daylight, nobody took blind bit of notice. Maybe that's why we do sort of
hold back a bit now. Yeah, I definitely want somebody to intervene, because I'd want to be able to get that help.
Yeah.
But I understand if they didn't, because it is so dangerous today, the knife crime, gun crime, sometimes it really isn't worth getting involved, it's a kind of a judgment that you make so quickly, and it just happens, and next thing you know, you're in.
You don't really think about your own safety, you just kind of get in there and help that situation.
That's
there
right,
and then.
yeah.
Oh, and I just managed to grab these guys here. St John and Jonathan just come out again, Midsummer Place. I've just mentioned to you about a situation and what would you do, as in like intervention. There's an incident there. There's a guy who's having to go to his girlfriend. She's very, very upset. She's in tears and she's looking around. What would you guys do?
I would walk off and ring the police from around the corner, but I wouldn't stay and intervene.
Why wouldn't you just go and get stuck in and kind of...
Because you could end off worse off than her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
sure.
intervene, but I'd definitely go and ring the police. I wouldn't just leave her on her own.
Okay, so you wouldn't just kind of turn your eye and keep walking and just get on your bus. You'll
go and ring the police off my mobile.
If you don't get actually involved yourself, you make sure.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I've done it before.
Oh, you have done it before.
So
what was that weapon there?
I've seen a fight where I used to live, and I just went and got the police, went and rang them, and waited until they got on scene, and then just left.
Cindy, what would you do?
I think the same thing. At the end of the day, it's a busy life. If we get stuck in, he's going to hit us, and also, previous experiences. She could say that I egged him on and come up with all types of stories. That's unfortunately, it's always, you always think it's good to help someone, but in this day and age, sometimes it's better just call the police, let them deal with it.
Because you don't know what the situation is going to be. You don't know whether they turn on you or whether they kind of, your own safety as well.
You just don't. Yeah, you have to think about your own safety. You don't know what's going to happen, and that's it. It's very sad. It'd be nice to say that you could help everyone, but you can't.
I just found myself a couple of bad boys. This is Lewis and this is Jeffrey, right? So, getting what was that? Listen, you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about intervention,
Yeah.
If there's a problem, I know you guys are pretty young. Would you get involved though?
Well, if there are two beastie men and then like
just
I don't know,
beating on some lady, or I'll get involved and I'll just like try and break the fight up.
Right, say that, and perhaps you feel, oh, actually, I can't get involved because this guy's very big.
I'll call
would you?
police.
Yeah, good. Would you go and get someone else and get some help?
I'd ask him to leave it, or if he don't, if he insults me, then like run away and then like get around the corner, hide somewhere and call the police, and then like describe like what he looks like and like what clothes he's wearing and stuff.
But so you definitely wouldn't walk away and forget about it, you do something?
Nah, I'd do something about it, because like I can't exactly have like some beastly man having a go at some lady and she's crying or throwing abuse at her. It's just not right.
It's not right. Steph, as I mentioned earlier on about intervention, you know, if you saw a situation where you think, well, that's wrong, would you intervene?
I think I'd probably go over to her and ask if she was alright, and I'd probably tell him to obviously leave her alone, because I'd just say that she's obviously upset, and if he's meant to feel that way for her.
And you wouldn't feel kind of threatened by it by any way? Would you feel threatened by him, or you know?
It depends to what extent he was yelling at me, because if he started to yell at me, then I'd probably defend myself.
Cool.
Because I've been yelled at by my ex-boyfriend, so...
You have?
Yeah.
What, in a public place?
Yeah.
Okay, and what happened then? What happened?
I actually had somebody, this was in Milton Keynes, I had some woman come up to me and she actually said to me, "Excuse me, miss, are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." And because he saw someone actually talking to me, trying to distract it, he just stormed off in a mood.
Well, this guy that was having a go at you, he just stormed off. So, and how did you feel about that? Were you kind of happy and grateful that someone turned up?
I was glad that someone actually intervened and didn't leave me to just be upset, because I know that would have just made it worse. So you actually know on the other side, you know, what it's like, and you know, needing help, you know, needing some assistance. So you would definitely step in. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me put another one for you. There's 3 guys on one guy, and they're having a good old rack, and this one guy, you know, he needs some help. You think he needs some help. He needs some. You can't get in there and weigh in. What would you do then? I'd probably try and stop the 3 guys by like telling them to leave him alone. And if I couldn't, I'd go and find the other guy help. Cool. Because that wouldn't be fair. So what, you go and find perhaps the police or some security or someone else? Yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't just leave it. You wouldn't. No, because that's not fair on that person. Oh, I've just managed to grab these girls coming from Aylesbury High School, yeah? Were you guys going to do a bit of shopping, or what are you doing? Yeah, Hollis new Hollis open. Oh, Christmas shopping. Have you been there yet? No, we're just away. Okay, all right. Listen, Barney's banter. That comes afterwards. Right, listen, the question I'm going to ask you, would you intervene if you saw perhaps a girl who's quite distressed and she needs some help because her boyfriend is having a go at her, she's in tears and, you know, she's kind of freaking out? And you girls being girls, what would you do? You know that perhaps you need some help. Would you help her, or would you kind of think, none of my business, I'll keep walking? What would you do?